Welcome back to Markets Today. It's Wednesday and we take some time out to always try and speak to women in technology. We don't call it Ladies' Night here on Markets Today. We call it an afternoon with ladies in technology. Today, we are joined in studio by Engineer Milka, who runs her own company, which offers solutions when it comes to energy and solar. If you are just joining us, a warm welcome to you, but I would encourage you to watch a recap of this show. We've talked about her business, how did she see this opportunity in the Kenyan market, and most importantly, she's been able to clarify that no, solar is not competing with Kenya Power. It's just been a stakeholder in the energy sector. But she's also told us that the element of technology, first and foremost, has given her the leg up in terms of quickly ramping up her business. Her business is 1 year old, but she sounds like she's been doing business for the last 7 years. She's shown us the opportunity set that she has seen in technology in terms of helping her create a business opportunity, as well as using technology to actually get access to the local market. Now we want to take a look and understand COVID-19 has happened. What does she see next? And more importantly, to answer the question, anytime we talk about technology, we hear that Kenya is a silicon savannah, Engineer Milka, that we have the best developers, software developers here. So in your business, I know you've alluded to the fact that you have external partners. Have you also leveraged on local partners, or how has that process been in terms of getting web developers or mobile solutions or technology solutions internally in the country of Kenya just to help you with your business?
Even the partners you're talking about, some of them are within the country.
Okay.
In terms of, Kenya is a great innovator in Africa. It's a tech hub, and we're grateful for that. So in terms of the apps, they're developers within the country, depending with what solution you require.
Okay.
Yes.
So you just have to be very specific when you know what you want, and then identify a supplier and be able to roll out.
Yes, you've got to know exactly what you want. It's easier to model a solution when you know this is what I want. So when the person is modeling a solution for you, they're up to achieving or giving you the best.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. You don't have to answer this question, or you could just give us some pointers, because I'm trying to get to the set of, yes, you've used technology and it's quickly helped you ramp up your business model.
Yeah.
What was the element of cost? Because people say they can't start a business because they need a lot of capital.
Yeah.
But we also see the opportunity when it comes to technology, because if you have the right technology, you can ramp up your business very fast.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be specific, but getting the right technology to deliver your solutions, was that an expensive venture? Did you have to go and raise capital? Did you have your own savings? How did you manage that element of starting up when you did?
In starting up, I would really encourage and advocate with starting with where you are.
Okay.
You probably are having networks within, just within your community, within your friends, and that can help you up.
Okay.
While in startup.
Okay.
An example is probably you have a friend who is a web designer. They might do it for you maybe in a cheaper way than you would have had to do when you were just buying it from any external place.
Okay.
While it's still achieving the same results, which means it will be easier for you.
All right.
Among many other things that you can be able to access within your network, and then you can grow.
Okay.
You can grow as you continue. You don't have to have everything.
Yes.
While you're starting up, you will, as you grow, as you continue, you will be getting some of them, because also you'll be narrowing up to, this is what works for me better, or this is what I need help in, or this, and so forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the technology platforms that you're using to currently deliver the solutions that you deliver to clients? Were they expensive solutions that you had to buy? Do you have unique licenses, or how did you go about that?
Yes, the unique licenses, those you have to acquire. But when it comes to the technology platforms, those you've had friends who stepped in terms of web designing, in terms of other apps that we're using, and then you can grow them yourself. Some skills you've got to learn yourself and do them, which will make the cost go lower.
Okay.
Something that you would have probably paid someone 50,000 to do, you can
then
probably sit and learn, then you do it yourself.
Okay.
Yes.
Please give me an example of one or two of these skills, because you are an engineer, then you started a business. So is there a particular skill that you actually had to learn and you're like, oh, this was not up my alley?
like marketing.
Wow.
You see now, if you've got to pay probably even platforms for digital marketing when you're starting up and you're like, oh my God, some of the costs are really high.
Yes.
But if you sit and learn how to do digital marketing yourself,
yes,
then you see now that is lower cost for you.
Okay.
When it comes to like web designing, we learned it ourselves.
Yes.
In the first stages, we were able to go through them ourselves.
Okay.
When it comes to, you know, monitoring of inventory and all that kind of stuff, those are some of the stuff that you can be able to do. Now there are other apps that now you'll be able to purchase or get as you purchase products. That will be, those now are technical when it comes to stuff like energy monitoring and all. Those are very technical.
Those are technical.
Yes.
Okay. And would you, based on what you have done for a year and the opportunity set that technology has given you, do you see yourself leaving this company and looking for employment, or do you see yourself still running this company?
Oh my God.
What's your vision?
Absolutely no.
Why? What's keeping you here?
You see, I'm so passionate about energy. This is something that, you know, I would wake up in the middle of the night to do, and I love it so much. And so I'm not looking for employment because I'm an employer.
You're an employer.
I would be closing doors for hundreds of other young people that I would be offering opportunities to in the future. So it would not only be bad for me, but bad for them too. And so for that, I've got to gear up.
You have a social responsibility as well as a responsibility to be. So how many employees do you have currently?
Currently 10.
Okay, wow.
We're to the close up of 10. But when you're having big projects, we normally have others that we take in when the project is running.
Okay.
Yes.
And are you profitable currently?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So do you get good margins in your business? You don't have to give us the specific, but your net margins or your operating margins, are they over 30%? Are they 50%? What kind of margins do you experience in your space?
Currently, it's pretty hard to quantify because you're still in the purchasing of a lot of other things. Equipment, tools, so you may not be able to place it exactly.
All right.
But we are looking forward to such a bright future. It's
the opportunity set. Okay, that's very exciting. Let me twist this a little bit more. I want us to talk about COVID-19 and the evolution and the change in business models and what your views are. But before I get there, let me take a step back. So we are in a country where the majority of the population is below 35 years of age. A greater majority is 25 and below. And it's always online, people saying, I'm not getting a job, what am I going to do? But when I listen to your story, you sound like you took the information that you had from school, but that you had to load it up with self-knowledge and then build a business. How do you talk to people who are saying, hakuna kazi? There's nothing to do, and yet there's technology today? Because I keep saying the phone, what the government has done for us today is it's given us access to technology, which means it has given you access to the world without leaving your particular set. How do you speak to those people? How do you encourage their mindset to shift and get to a place such as yours?
I would encourage someone that the opportunity is within you.
Yes.
You know, let me just take you back to the Bible. I'm born again.
Okay.
The Bible says that Christ works from the power that is within you.
Wow.
So the opportunity is absolutely within you. Let's just take an example of someone who is wherever age you could be, and you know, like in some, let me take an upcountry setup where that's exactly where people say there are no jobs.
Yes.
What do you exactly do here? It's dry, you know. You probably...
You sound like you're describing my country, where I come from. It's very dry. All right.
Yeah, you see, it could be very dry, but there's that space, there's that land. So the only thing that is missing is the water. That's why it's dry. But the land is there. It could be fertile because actually no one has been cultivating it. So where have the nutrients gone? They are still there. So what is missing is the water. I would be encouraging someone who would be looking at it as an opportunity rather than calling it dry. It's such an opportunity. The only thing that is missing is water, and water is not missing. It's you who's not dug it out. It's underground. You know, you are seated on the water. So how about if people would team up together and maybe do like the drilling of boreholes, and then they can now be able to access the water. That's the only thing that is causing the place to be dry. Then you can cultivate. Then you can now be a producer, you know, of whatever goods. And you know, the government has been doing a lot of help in terms of research. technological research, you know, agricultural research. So if people would team up together, and then they would be able to access such of helps, because someone would be like, what can do best in my region?
Yes.
The government can access such knowledge to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That's very encouraging. And I also like that you're saying by the end of the day, it's open your eyes, but then also the know-how. I think the element of technology also enables you to get the know-how. And I appreciate how for you, you've taken the know-how to the next level and you've acted on the know-how. You've built a business and now you're creating employment and impacting different families. I can imagine your diary must have stories of impact from point X to point Y. So certainly well done. Now, when it comes to the element of COVID-19 and its impact on the economy, how have you viewed this as a business? Because you are a director, you are a team leader, and you've had to think about how you're doing business. Has COVID-19 impacted the decisions that you've had to make? Have you had to change your business model? And what has been the role of technology in that?
Anytime there is a challenge, you know, like the eagle is said to be flying when there are storms.
Yes.
Anytime there is a challenge, there is also an opportunity therein. It could be harder to get or taking more time, but there must be an opportunity therein. When there was the heat of the COVID issues and everything, so now technology came in, because other than doing marketing probably physically, you would do it on digital platforms.
Which such as? What platforms do you have?
You can use your social media platform to do marketing.
Wow.
Your basic Facebook,
yes.
you know, your WhatsApp, other platforms that Gigi, you know, there's so many other platforms that you can engage in when it comes to marketing. When there was that and most people were not going to work, you know, the civil servants, whoever, so they went back to their places and they were like, also, what can we do? And there the solar energy, like our company, had a rise rather than a fall, because now people were like, now I can do farming because I'm in my home.
Wow.
Now I can develop what I didn't have time to develop. And now they would be able to making steps. And so what we did, we shifted where we are marketing or who we are targeting, and we are like, the opportunity is now shifting to this side, especially in the farming. Most of those people who went up country and they started doing their farming are actually the one, we are now eating what they produced. Yes. And so we were looking at it as an opportunity to shift to there where it's shifting. That's the storm did not come to close up, it came to shift.
To shift and to open up a new opportunity. So in that particular perspective, so in terms of either industries or end users, where has the demand come from during this COVID-19 season? You said farmers. When a farmer comes to you, what specifically are they coming to ask for?
Most times when a farmer comes, they're coming to ask for energy solutions. So most of them would be, you know, basically when it comes to farming, it's about land and water and, you know, crops and everything like that. So we come in when it comes to the energy. So we are able to supply their farm with the energy that they need for good lighting, the energy that they need to run their machinery. You can run all your machinery with solar.
What's the largest machinery that can run on solar from your experience?
There is actually no largest machinery.
Is it? So anything can run?
Anything can run with solar. But the bigger it is, the more it will require a bigger system, therefore a bigger space, more money in terms of investing. But there is absolutely nothing that runs on electricity that can't run with solar, because solar is actually electricity. Is the sun energy being converted to electricity. So there is nothing big.
And then when it comes to that kind of investment, if somebody is thinking, I want to get solar, but I don't know how much is it, what kind of investment rate would somebody look at? And I know you can't really give me a specific one because it depends on the needs, but if I was thinking about it and I was like, maybe I need solar as a solution and I want to reach out to Engineer Milka, what kind of budget sets would you recommend, or what kind of budget sets have you seen in your experience?
We basically encourage, once again, start with where you are, because in the design of a solar system, you can grow it. So suppose you are doing something like an incubator, you would start with a system that maybe can run the small incubator that you can afford that time. But as you grow the selling of the eggs, the selling of the chicken, then you can grow your system and acquire a bigger hatchery. Yes.
And how much would that cost, for example?
For example, if it's an incubator in its system with around 80,000, you would have a small incubator, the incubator and the entire system of running it. Yes. 80,000.
And then how do I have to pay you every so often? Is there like a monthly charge? Is there an annual charge? Or what would be the expense of maintenance of that?
Our current business model is cash. For you to be able to access the system, you've got to pay 100% 1%
Okay.
for you to be able to access the system. It's low maintenance, so there are no other
Okay, so
cost
it's
for you
it's
to maintain.
one-off.
Yeah.
Okay,
Then
all right.
once you gather up again and you want to expand your system,
Then you can come back again.
Yes.
Okay, 80,000 honestly sounds quite, it's not above reach. If it's somebody wants to set it up, I like that you're saying come together and use that opportunity to sort of contribute together so that you don't take the risk as one person or the burden as one person. You can even come together, maybe even 10 of you, because that means everybody puts in about 8,000. Then you can do that and it builds a business model.
Yes, and you can see women groups can come, women groups or youth groups, men groups. You can join up hands together and you can be able to start off.
Okay.
And that would mean a huge difference.
All right. So you've talked to us about a spa. You've talked to us about an example of a chicken farm. You've given us an example of a borehole where you can actually set it up and then start using your technology to monitor sales, which is so important, because if people are going to do this in a forum where they're in groups, then you need that accountability and transparency.
Absolutely.
So here I'm just gleaning from your wisdom. What other than business models have you seen thriving in this COVID-19? Just in case somebody's watching and they're saying, okay, I hear this conversation on technology. What other opportunity sets have you seen from where you sit?
The other opportunity sets would be health centers.
Okay.
Would you be in a place where the health, especially in the rural places, most hospitals would run daytime only.
Okay.
Or health centers, suppose you are a medic, a doctor, and you're looking for a business opportunity. How about now you start a facility that would run 24/7?
Yes.
And now you can be able to do that through the technology and the solutions that will be offering, both the energy, the monitoring solutions, and then you can be able to run it 24/7. It will still be able to pull a market or a clientele that was untapped before.
Okay, fantastic. So it's really just up to you to open your mind, and if you want an affordable source of power that you don't really, that has low maintenance, then that's the opportunity. I know we've talked a lot about solar and your business. Is there another element to your business that you'd like our audiences to know of that are probably not captured in our conversation?
There's another one that we are working on, and once it's out, I'll look
you
for
come
you.
back. Please come back. I can't wait to hear.
It will be glowing. It will be big.
Okay, all right. And so if anybody wants to reach out to you just as a follow-up conversation, what would be the best mode of interaction?
You can check on our Facebook page.
Okay.
TechDen Technologies Facebook page.
Okay.
You can check me on Facebook also, Milka Njuguna, you'll find me there.
Yes.
You can email us. You can go to techdenlimited.co.ke. Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Then I think now the final question from me would be, if it was not for technology, do you think you'd have been able to achieve what you've achieved in 1 year as a business owner?
The answer is absolutely no. It would be way slower.
Yes.
Yes.
And because of technology, did you have to change your mindset in terms of starting afresh and just humbling yourself to the process of learning? Did you feel like you had to completely change your way of thinking so that you could adapt to the technology?
Yeah, learning isn't easy.
Okay.
It's
All
right.
right.
An adult, you've got a lot of activities here and there,
Yes.
and you're required to learn something, but it's exciting.
Okay.
Yes, the process of learning is exciting.
Okay.
And learning the fact that also the results, it will gear up to something higher.
Okay.
Yes.
And then now when we come to the end of this conversation, and it's a Wednesday, it's about talking to ladies who've been able to leverage on technology to build business models or their careers. What would be your final parting shot for this particular conversation?
I would encourage anyone and everyone, wherever it could be, look for the opportunity within you.
Yes.
Yes.
And then look for now the right technology to bring it out.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Milka, thank you so much for your time.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm also feeling very encouraged just from this, because I also run businesses, so just trying to understand technology. So I'm very encouraged when I hear about you, and I wish you all the best. And the team at is it TechDen Limited? TechDen, TIECDEN, TechDen. What does that name mean?
The name?
Yes.
Yeah, when we were beginning the company, we looked and we were trusting God. God, give us a name.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, like so within the name is technology. You can see tech.
Yes.
And there's Eden, the name
Yes.
Eden,
Okay.
from the Garden of Eden.
Okay,
it means God's presence. And you are like, God, you're trusting you through the technology process.
Okay, now I see it. So
Yes.
tech den. Okay, fantastic. Okay,
Yeah.
I really wish you all the best and God bless
Thank
you.
you.
And thank you for the transformation that you're actually bringing and creating jobs and leveraging on technology. So I hope very soon, I'm sure we'll have you talking about 1 million employees, you know,
Absolutely.
under tech den. So that was Engineer Milka Jaguna, who is a director at Tech Den, and she focuses on solar and energy. So today we were just trying to understand the essence of technology. Milka has been able to leverage on technology and to build a proper business model that's up and running in 1 year. And she is profitable. She's already employing 10 people. She employs more people when the need arises. So it's a very interesting story just for us to understand this. Without technology, Milka would not have been able to do this. But because of the element of technology, she's been able to leapfrog. And when we speak to her, she sounds as though she's been doing this for 5 or 7 years. So for us here at Markets Today, we do focus on investment opportunities, and we usually focus on the public market, whether it's shares or treasury bills. But on Wednesdays, and increasingly from here on, is we're trying to come to the set or mindset that says an investment in your own business is possibly one that would give you a considerably higher return. But how do you go about it? Certainly, technology is the way to go. So in Milka's words, I will just end with her parting shot. The opportunity set is inside of you. Look for the technology to make that opportunity happen. Thank you so much for your time and your consideration, and I look forward to seeing you again same time tomorrow. Good afternoon.